Hi, Red here. I'm going to talk about Cecil the lion a little bit, but we're going to move past him and into the realm of trophy hunting because there's a lot of idiots out there touting a bunch of shit that they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to Cecil the lion and trophy hunting in general. So let's talk a little bit about what trophy hunting is and what it's not. First, trophy hunting uh, in Africa, when they go through and they're issuing tags, they do it by area, by individual farms. It's done by the government, giving the tags to outfitters who then sell the rights to harvest these animals to typically rich Americans and Europeans. The issue here is not trophy hunting um, at all, because regardless of whether or not they have a buyer for that tag or not, the animal has to be culled. So the country of South Africa and Zimbabwe and Tasmania, not Tasmania, Tanzania, um, other African countries that are doing these types of things, they have to keep their animal populations in control. There has to be a specific number of them in different areas. They've got to be able to keep healthy populations. To do that, they have to harvest animals. So the choices are they can cull them and get no money for the animal, or they can market out the culling of these animals to rich Americans and Europeans, which is what happens. So a hunter goes over, hooks up with an outfitter. The outfitter says, "Well, I've got this tag in this area, this tag in this area, this tag in this area. What would you like to buy?" And they can go through and they can buy whatever tags that they want, go harvest whatever animals that they want with the outfitter's permission. So typically they say, okay, I want a lion, I want a zebra, and I want a wildebeest. Okay, or whatever animals they're on. So they go to the area with the lion, they bait and shoot the lion, they go out and they do the same type of thing with the zebra and the wildebeest, but typically no bait. So they shoot the animal. Um, Typically, it's not the an animal in the prime of its life. It's usually an older animal that's already had significant chances to uh, divvy out its seed and make little baby critters. Most of the time, these animals are old, they're infirmed, they're not actually trophies. It's called trophy hunting because everyone, the trophy is the thing on the wall. But the reality of the matter is when they shoot these animals and they skin them and they collect the heads or whatever piece that they're allowed to take, because in South Africa, for instance, they're not allowed to take the carcass home. Period. The animal goes to the local tribes for the people of South Africa to eat. So when people are saying, well, I'm against trophy hunting because we shouldn't be sending people over there to take animals specifically for their hides or their heads or all of this stuff, you're basically saying that black people in Africa don't deserve to eat. That's what you're saying. That you're romanticizing some animal in Africa to the point where you're saying that the Africans don't get to eat them because you think they're pretty. That is a first world projection onto the third world that is disgusting. These people have every right to um, eat these animals in an ethical and managed way. And for us to go over there and tell them that they don't get to eat a lion because we think that they shouldn't be eating lions because we think lions are cute, Lions kill people over there every day. You don't think that a lion should be put on someone's menu because you don't think that they get eaten most of the time? Now, that didn't happen with Cecil. They left him out on the ground. And Cecil is an entirely other argument. I've moved way beyond Cecil here. These people deserve to eat, and it doesn't matter if it's a snake, if it's a lion, if it's a hippo, if it's an elephant, if it's a frickin' zebra, a wildebeest, frickin' impalas. I don't give a damn what animal it is. These people deserve to eat. And the conservation of these animals and the balance with the people in South Africa and the rest of Africa and Zimbabwe is paramount. Period. So enough with the racist bullshit that these people don't get to have dinner. Now, the other thing that people don't understand about hunting in Africa is where the money goes. I can't speak for Zimbabwe because it is a totally corrupt government run by a dictator. But I can speak for what I know about South Africa. Now, animals that are collected in South Africa, when the hunter goes over there and says spends $50,000 to take animals in Africa, those hides go to a tanner there in South Africa. They go through their customs. There's a lot of fees that are accumulated to get those hides out of the country. That is money for South Africa. When the animals are taken, that money goes into funds to be able to do conservation and welfare in South Africa. You are literally taking money and food out of people's mouths when you say that they cannot do trophy hunting in Africa. Literally, that's what you're doing. The conservation efforts in South Africa and other parts of Africa are entirely funded by these trophy hunts that Americans are doing there. By taking 600, lions over the last, 10 years in Zimbabwe, they run the park there off of that type of money. Lions like Cecil are spared from the wrath of villagers because of trophy hunting. You take it away, these governments will have no incentives to keep their animal populations in balance or to keep the locals from killing them. You will see mass extinctions like no other in the history of this world if trophy hunting goes out the door. There will be nothing to protect these animals. There will be no money. And no amount of throwing money and at conservation groups will be able to save these animals, because these governments will take the money and run. They will do nothing with it other than line their pocketbooks. The way that this trophy hunting works, they have to maintain populations at a decent level to be able to have these hunts happen. It brings in revenue. They want their money, and it gives them the ability to do conservation that they otherwise would not be able to do. You take that away, these animals will get slaughtered in mass across Africa. There will be nothing to protect them.